Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to look at another PMR radio from Motorola. You see this big box next to me, and to be precise, we are going to look at this TLKR T81 Hunter walkie-talkie, and this is like a little bit of a special edition. You don't usually find that sold very often because it's a little bit, it's a super heavy package, and that's simply because Motorola has put so many accessories into this box, so it's really convenient for you to use if you're like an outdoor kind of guy. And what I can do to show this to you a little bit closer, we can have a look at it from the side, and you see there's a charging station, a car charger, and this huge carrying case. So what we're gonna do in this video, as you can see in the navigation below, right now you're watching the introductory part. Here I just introduced this product review to you, what I'm planning to do. In part 2 we're going to do the unboxing. I show you everything that's inside the package. You see the quality close up. We're going to look at the batteries and charge these radios up. And then in part 3 we're going to go outside and do a range test. Usually what I do, I go to some set distance points and record the sound quality, and that's what I'm going to share with you. And one viewer asked me, oh, you always go that far, why don't you go a little bit further? Usually you have to keep in mind that these PMR radios, they have a limited output power of 0.5 watt, so that's the reason why they are license free. They're not meant to have a huge range, and if you see such and such kilometers, such and such miles, you always should be a little bit cautious, because those are under ideal circumstances if you have no obstructions, such as open pastures or something like that. But as soon as you have lots of obstacles, let's say in a city environment or really super dense forest, the range usually gets eaten up because of the low output power. But since this is the Pro range, and the viewer asked for it, I'm gonna try to go a little bit further this time. And as you can see here, they also have an IP4 water rating. That means it should give you a little bit better protection against the elements, although that doesn't mean at all that it is waterproof. So what I can do also in the description below, maybe put a link so that you can see IP such and such, the ratings. So guys, without further ado, let's jump to part 2 and do the unboxing. Guys, I'm excited, let's get going. So guys, right now we jump to part 2, the unboxing of the Motorola TLKR T81 Hunter walkie-talkies. I'm very excited. This package is so massive. I never had like such a huge ham radio unboxing. So let's have a peek inside. And as you can see, we find 1 and 2 carrying cases, and that's the box it came with. So as you see, each of the radios has its own carrying case, and because unboxing both at the same time is like a little bit unrealistic, it doesn't even fit in the frame, I'm gonna put one aside and we're gonna unbox one of these packages and see what the accessories look like. And yeah, for this all we have to do is simply open this up here, and you see there we have the carrying case, and that's a really nice sturdy quality. I just open this up right here, and we find the radio itself right here, and then the accessories. So let's take every piece out and have a little bit of a close-up shot so you can see the build quality. And yeah, one of the things that I like is that it has the more expensive Motorola's, they all have this knob up here. I really like this, and maybe if you notice, if I turn this, it makes this audible tone or this clicking noise. So you really have more of a tactile, I hope that I pronounce this correctly, feel to it. So let's look at the charging station. So here we have the charging station, and the power supply is connected at the back. You can also use the car charger there. And then what it seems it does is you don't put the radio in there, but you can put spare batteries in there, 2 at a time, and have them charge up. So that's kind of like an interesting design. So let's have a look here. Man, there's a lot of stuff in here. Here we have the charger that, like I told you, it connects at the back here. So we're gonna charge this up in a second for the range test. And we also wanna have a quick look at the accompanying car charger. Here we have the car charger. So in theory, you could also charge this on the go. And batteries, we have 2 batteries included, which I think is nice. So while one is charging, you can use the other. And let's have a little bit of a close-up shot. From all I can see, those are nickel metal hydride batteries for 4.8 volt and 600 milliamp hours. Sorry guys, I'm losing the focus here a little bit. Tricky situation going on with the light here. But in any case, you have seen the batteries. There are 2 in here. And here we have the belt clip. Not sure yet how this is going to attach at the back. Maybe like a little bit of a different mechanism. I probably have to look at the manual. But what I like is this rubberized bag. I think this is going to make it, give it more grip, so it's not as slippery. And the batteries, I probably need a coin to open this up. It looks really solid. So that's probably why this has the IP4 rating. And at the top you also have like a light, and most importantly you have a headphone connector. That's something not all Motorola radios have, this headphone connector feature. So if connecting a headphone is important to you, I recommend you head over to the Motorola webpage, because I saw for every model they list whether it has a headphone connector or not. A guy recently asked me, oh, I want to play, not sure whether that's a big thing in the US, or these soft air players or milsim or something. And he asked whether a certain radio had a headset. So you can always check this on the manufacturer's website, or you can find it out in one of my reviews. So guys, I'm really excited. What else can we find before I talk too long? Let's draw this unboxing to a conclusion. You have a, I think you call it lanyard. That comes in quite handy. You can use that black lanyard with a green Motorola printing. You can just connect this here and then tie this to the radio itself, probably something like this, and then you can lose it. You can just carry it around very easily, and it's safe and secure. And the final piece that I want to show you is the headset, because that's one guy asked about this headset feature, and that's like some kind of I think you call it earpiece, security earpiece. So there we go. I just had to untangle the earpiece real quick. So you see, there's tons of accessories that come with this Motorola radio. I really like the quality. First impression is really great. Excuse me, the camera has like a little bit problems focusing because of the light today. Yeah, I mean, I really like it. It makes a good first impression. I'm probably going to study the manual a little bit, charge up those batteries in this charging dock, and maybe even test the earpiece. So if you like to do milsim or something like this, maybe this is something for you. I'm not like a soft air player or something. If you do a lot of activities, then I'm not sure how well this is going to stay in your ear. So since it is the Hunter edition, it's probably more made for stationary use. But that's the first impression with the unboxing. Let's charge up those batteries. I'm going to be back in a second, and then we're going to do the range test. So guys, as you can see, I took out the second radio and put the contents of one box in here. Let's quickly power up the charging dock. I prepared this here, and then let's put in the batteries. Please be aware there's like their warning label right there that simply just says only use the supplied batteries in here. So let's put the second one in, and I like this docking station. I mean, if you think about it, each radio comes with one of the docking station and 2 batteries. So in essence, you have 2 docking stations and 4 batteries. So that should really give you sufficient flexibility when using these radios. I like this set very much. 2 carrying cases, lots of accessories. You can charge it in your car. You have the security headset, you have the lanyard, and the build quality looks really nice and solid. So I'm gonna charge this up and then tomorrow go outside and do the range test. And right now I'm also gonna look a little bit at the manual to see what I can find. So for you, it's gonna be instant. I'm gonna be back in a second with the range test. So let's jump to the next part, the range test. Let's go. So guys, I'm back again. Small mistake on my part. I put these two battery packs in the charging station overnight, and I was really wondering why this light stayed red, but it seems they are charged up. So since we have another day, I opened up one of the radios with this coin, and then I noticed suddenly, because you see there are these charging contact points at the back of the radio, I noticed, you can take this out. So that's kind of handy. So you don't have to take out the battery pack each and every time, which is kind of logical. You can also put the battery pack into the radio and then put the radio into the charger. That's a little bit my mistake. I kind of didn't notice this, but I really wanted to show this to you before we jump to the range test. I'm very excited. I'm going to go twice the distance today that I go usually. So let's get rolling. I put in the batteries and let's jump to the range test.
Distance test point number 1 of the Motorola TLKR, about 420 feet. Test point number 1, about 420 feet. Test point number 1. Test point number 2 of the Motorola, about 790 feet. Test point number 2 of the Motorola, about 790 feet of distance. Test point number 2. Test point number 3 of the Motorola, test point number 3 about 1,250 feet. Test point number 3 about 1,250 feet of distance. Test point number 4 of the Motorola, test point number 4 about 1,540 feet of distance. Test point number 4, about 1,540 feet of distance. Test point number 4 of the Motorola. So guys, we reached test point number 5. Test point number 5, about 2,000 feet. I hope everything is still loud and clear. Test point number 5, about 2,000 feet. Let's go on to the next test point. Right now we are at test point number 5 with 2,000 feet. Test point number 6 of the Motorola, about 2,300 feet. Test point number 6 of the Motorola, about 2,300 feet. Test point number 6. Distance test point number 7, about half a mile. Distance point 7, about half a mile, or I think you say 2,600 feet. Test point number 7, about 2,600 feet or half a mile. Test point number 8, about 3,200 feet. Test point number 8, about 3,200 feet. Test point number 8. Guys, I hope it's still loud and clear. It gets a little bit windy. Test point number 8, 3,200 feet. Range test of the Motorola radio, test point number 9, about 3,900 feet or 3/4 of a mile. Guys, it's pretty windy and I had to walk all the way again. Test point number 9, range test 3,900 feet or 3/4 of a mile. Test point number 9. Range test, test point number 10, about 4,900 feet. Range test, test point number 10, about 4,900 feet, almost a mile of distance. This concludes the range test of the Motorola PMR radio. Test point number 10, almost a mile.
So guys, this concludes the range test of the Motorola TLKR T81 Hunter walkie-talkies. And as you have seen, these radios are really nice. From all the Motorolas I tested so far, I really think those have the most amazing build quality, bar none. Because previously I always had more like of the budget versions, and the budget versions, they didn't have nearly as much accessories, and I really love the build quality, and I really feel the built-in speaker produces a much better, a far superior sound to all the other models that are tested. So it really goes to show, if you spend a little bit more, they probably put much higher quality components, such as a speaker and a microphone in here, and that results in a more, how do you say, better clarity of the communication. And yeah, you see, even when it comes to the accessories, there's so much stuff in that box, as if I just shown you in the unboxing part. And maybe I can point this out here once more. With a budget Motorola, these really cheap entry-level ones, you just don't get nearly as much accessories. You don't, usually with the cheap ones, you don't get this docking station, because there are 2 radios. I have 2 docking stations, I have 4 battery packs. It's really a lot more stuff in here. So if you're a little bit more serious about PMR radios, then that's definitely worth it. Granted, obviously, if you only use it once or twice a year, or you use it rarely, then a budget version will probably do as well. But overall, there is a real quality difference, as we have just seen. And then one last thing, maybe you noticed in part 3 in the range test, when I hit that distance test point number 8, 0.6 miles, my camera turned off, and I just came home and I looked at the footage and I was like, oh no, the camera shut off. So I had to go outside to a second time, walk all the way, and then do the last distance range test points 9 and 10. And we almost got to a mile. So probably I would have reached more even, but I was just not able to go that far because the camera usually shuts off after half an hour, if I'm not mistaken. So to sum it up, you probably could get out even more range under optimal conditions. Obviously, if you're somewhere in the city center with lots of concrete buildings, that will probably be unrealistic. Like I told you, seasonality and your environment really strongly affects the signal quality, because these are license-free PMR radios, and by law they only have 0.5 watts output power. So as soon as there are a lot of obstacles, that will eat up your signal. But overall, I love these radios. Guys, I have a lot of other product reviews on my channel. Maybe I can show this quickly to you here. You're invited to check out these other radios that I reviewed as well. I see you as a subscriber, and in the next video, guys, I'm very excited to have you here. All the best to you, take care.
And because you watched my review of the Motorola TLKR T81 Hunter walkie-talkies, you may also be interested in those black Retevis PMR radios that I reviewed recently, and obviously you can find the video for them on my channel as well. And guys, I'm really amazed about how many people have already subscribed to my channel because of the useful videos that I provide here. You can subscribe right now as well. And yeah guys, I see you in the next video, and maybe even in one of my online courses. All the best to you, take care.